Hey everyone, you're listening to 5 Years Time with your host, Grace Black. Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Years Time with your host, Grace. That's me, your favorite redheaded friend, eh? Maybe, I don't know, but thanks for coming and listening or watching. It's great to have you here. Let's just jump right in. Today was such a day. I don't even know what today is. It was just so confusing. It wasn't confusing. Basically, I wanted to go to Walmart. Well, actually, I wanted to go to the Shoppers Drug Mart or the drugstore. I just needed to get more toothpaste because we have no toothpaste. And then Trevor was like, oh, we need diapers. And then he's like, it's a better deal at Walmart. Let's go to Walmart. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I can get toothpaste at Walmart. Whatever. Anyways, funny story with our toothpaste is that the normal toothpaste we get is the one we're using currently. And we were coming down to like the end of it. And you know how you can always like squeeze more out? So we've been trying to squeeze more out. And I was said to Trevor a few days ago, I was like, oh, I should go get more toothpaste. We're going to run out soon. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Actually, the last time I feel like I ran out to get toothpaste and we kept using the same tube for like maybe 2 weeks after that. Like it just kept coming. So I was like, yeah, I have time. Turns out the last time we were using a different toothpaste, same type of tube, but a different brand. And this one like literally had maybe like 2 days of proper toothpaste left in it. And for the past day and a half, I've been like literally like scraping out, like sticking my toothbrush in it and scraping out the last bits. And then it's been a horrible brush. And I've just been using like mouthwash and it's been disgusting. And I've just needed to get toothpaste. So this morning I went to get toothpaste. Sorry for that random story. But let me know, like, does your toothpaste last a long time after you think it's not going to last? Anyways, so I like go outside. It is exceptionally cold today, which is fine. I was going to jump in the car and then I am looking for the brush because it snowed to like clear off the car. So I'm looking for the brush. So I checked the trunk. It wasn't in the trunk. I was like, oh, it's probably in the back seat. And then I was like, oh, you know what? Before I grab the brush, let me turn on the car because it'll take me just a minute probably to clean off the car. It wasn't a big snowfall. And then at least the car's a little bit more warm. So I hop in the front seat to turn on the car and I like press the button and it's like, "Dur, dur, dur, dur." And I'm like, what just happened? I do it again and it's like, "Dur, dur, 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 dur." And I'm like, why is it not turning on? And this past summer, we had an issue with our battery where we went to a drive-in movie and for some reason our battery died. Like we had it set up so that it wouldn't die and that we like set reminders to like turn the car on, but whatever, it died. So we thought, I remember thinking at that time, like, oh, maybe we need a new battery, but then we never had an issue with it again. So we just stopped thinking about it. Anyways, I'm like, oh no, is it because it's cold or whatever? So I go inside. I'm like, Trev, I think the battery's dead. He's like, let me go try. Yeah, battery's dead. So thankfully I have CAA, but long story short is I got CAA for my very first car where I lived at my mom's home many years ago, and I've lived in multiple places since then, and I just never updated it with new information. And and I had given my CAA card to Trevor the other day because he was going to the gas station, or not the gas station, a car wash, and you could get a discount. Anyways, it's been misplaced, so we didn't have the card, so I'd find the number. Thankfully, I had an email that was associated with a rental car that we rented a few years ago that had our number on it. Anyways, we found the number, but we're registered with like not where we live right now CAA. I didn't know there's like different CAAs. So long story short is I just need to update my profile. I need to find the card because I don't know where it's gone. And I need to download the app and get everything sorted. But anyways, CAA came. They boosted us and they were able to test our battery and they said it's like 100% everything because they were like, oh, we can replace it like on the spot. It was like, great. Test it and then see if it needs to be replaced. And they're like, no, it doesn't need to be replaced. And it was like, okay, I don't know what happened. So hopefully just a one-off. But anyways, that was like at 9 a.m. this morning. Sorry, guys. I just realized I'm like probably shouting. Is my audio really loud? Let me adjust my mic. That was probably at like 9 a.m. this morning. And then that took us to 11:30 pretty much. And I wanted to go to Walmart to get toothpaste and get diapers. And then I also wanted to just like fill up on, all the bathroom stuff, like our face moisturizer, like bubble bath, all that stuff was like running low. And I wanted to do it all so that I could get ready. We put down Ro for her nap at 12 so that I could get ready to start filming at 12. And it just kind of all got pushed back. But that's okay. It's all going to work out. It's like an exceptionally cold day today. We didn't have any plans to do anything else but hang out as a family and be inside. So all is good. It wasn't stressful. It was just like longboarding, but it all worked out. And I mean, I've never had CAA have to come to our house. That's like the best case scenario. Every time I've used CAA, I've been like on the side of the road or like pulled over into a random parking lot or locked out of my car at some random place. So this was a good situation to be in. I'm not mad. But yeah, so I went to Walmart, which was fun. So actually I had to drive the car around for like 15-20 minutes to make sure that the battery like charged up or whatever. I don't know much about cars. So I went for a drive, and then I went to Walmart and I got diapers and all our refills, and that was like it was like nice, but at the same time I'm always like, how come anytime you try to go to just like the drugstore or Walmart or whatever to like pick up the essentials, it always comes up to like $1 billion. Does anyone notice that? Like exactly $1 billion. Like, why does it do that? Anyways, I'm glad I did it. I feel like it's also because we always like all my stuff, either like all my stuff runs out at the same time or I put it off until like there's more than one thing. So it's like you're not helping yourself out. Like you're not spreading the spending over a long period of time. You're just doing it all at once. I don't know what's better. I feel like I still like doing it all at once because I'm lazy. Like, I don't know. Anyways, that was how my day's been going so far. And you know what? It hasn't been bad because the sun is out. It's cold, but the sun is out, so I can't complain. Other than that, this past week was, I don't know, it was an off week for me. I feel like I'm coming here every week being such a negative Nancy. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm saying guys. Just, I don't know what to do anymore. Should I just stop doing this podcast? Like, I'm actually like, what's happening? I'm just kidding. Okay. People, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in such an off place. And at the end of the day, I really think it comes down to I am so disconnected from like my mind and body are not functioning together. I think I just have like a lot of things on my plate and I haven't really put myself in a good routine. And then on top of that, like, I just think like I'm really disconnected from my body. Like, I think my body is begging for something and I'm like just ignoring it and like going full force forward, just not even thinking about it. So I guess that brings me to this week I learned. This week I learned I am a all-in girly. Like, I am a diehard do it all or do it none. And I try not to do this for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, that's just my personality is go home. Like, what is the saying? Go home or hit the highway? Go home or my way or the highway? I don't even think that's the saying I'm trying to say. Whatever. Let's move on from that. But what I'm trying to say is that if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it and like I'm going to give it my all. And there's like no in between. And I need to learn that there's an in between because I'm at this point right now where I have like all these different facets in my life that I need to be giving attention to and that I need to be organized in and focused on. But like I can't be necessarily the best in everything, if that makes sense. Even saying that like hurts my soul. Like it's like, what? I can't be the best. Like, not that I feel like I am like the best person for every situation, but it just like hurts knowing that like I need to understand that I can't fully do everything all at once. Like it's impossible. And it is creating this like disconnect in my body, and it's just making like my weeks start really high and then end really low. And so I just need to get better at more about consistency than quality. See, when I'm saying that, it's making me feel like it's wrong. And this is when the podcast really is a journal. It is my spoken word from my mind of me processing my thoughts and trying to figure out what this life is and trying to balance everything and chase my happiness. Like, this is real and raw, and that is what this podcast will always be. We do not edit over here. Like, I mean, we add things in like music and whatever, but ultimately it's just my thought on mic. So what I'm trying to say, let me think about this. See, I'm coming to a conclusion here with you all. If you've gone through this, please let me know. Like, how do you balance it all? Because I don't think it's about balancing it all at the same time. I think it's about allotting times for certain things. And I think it's also about making sure that things in your life are accessible and that you don't have to go out of your way to complete them. So let's start at the beginning. Something that brings me a lot of joy and happiness and just makes me get those endorphins, helps me concentrate, helps remove brain fog, helps just like my overall demeanor, is movement. So daily movement. And I was going to this gym prior to Christmas, but then I got sick and then COVID happened, or like this whatever happened. So I put my membership on hold because I thought just better to put it on hold for now. Anyways, fast forward, gyms are closed, so it all worked out. But you know what? I was at that point where like I was in a really good routine. I loved going there. It helped me get my energy going and like started my mornings right. And I like felt really great about it. But at the end, it was kind of getting a little, how do I say, boring? In the sense that like my perfect gym that I was going to a few years ago, which doesn't even exist anymore, very sad, but it had lots of different options. It had all different types of classes. It had lots of different time options. Like I could do if I wanted something high energy, I could do boxing, I could do HIIT. If I wanted something more about focusing on connecting my mind and my body and strength, like I could do Pilates, I could do bar, I could do stability ball. If I wanted something really restorative, I could do yoga, I could do restorative yoga. Like there was so many different things, and I loved that because I never got bored and I was always able to have something to meet me where I was at, and I loved that. Like that was beautiful, and if I could find something like that again, I would be so happy. But anyways, so I've been going to this gym that just does one type of class. That's it. Like that's all they do. And like I'm not saying it's a bad class, but I'm just saying that I'm someone who gets bored really easily. So I was getting so bored, and I remember leading up to me getting sick, even before that, I was kind of saying to Trevor, like, I think I'm over this. Like, I can't tell if I'm like enjoying it. I feel really bored. And it had like this competitive aspect to it because you wore like a heart rate monitor, and so you could see everybody's stats or whatever. Like, I'm not a competitive person in that sense, but like I kind of didn't like that. I don't know. I don't really like competition around movement. Like, I think that it can become really toxic and like can affect where I am with my body. Like, I'm really happy where I am. So I just didn't like that. I felt like it was maybe a little toxic. Anyways, I'm really trying not to bash on the gym. I'm not saying it's a bad gym at all. I'm just saying for me, I felt like I was getting bored. So then I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my membership on hold and think about this for a while. And now I'm walking to work every day. So that's like a little bit more movement. And I want to start stretching a lot more. Like I feel like my body really is like craving some deep stretching and just like more meditation, restorative. And so I was so excited for that. Then I got sick, Christmas happened, and I don't know, I kind of just got busy and I totally ditched that part of my life, like all or nothing, you know? Like it's like I'm going to the gym every day or I'm not doing it. And like that's not the way I want it to be at all. And in my mind, I thought like I was going to be walking to work every day. Nope, now I'm back to working from home. And then it's like, okay, well, if I'm not going to be walking, then like I'm not going to focus on stretching. And I'm like, why am I like that? It's all or nothing. So at home here, we have in the basement, we have like a few weights, and I have all my yoga stuff and like my Pilates stuff and my stability ball. Like all our stuff is downstairs in this little gym area. Like it's like a little corner of our rec room. And I was like, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to stretch and I'm going to do this and whatever. No, 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 no. I'm not. I did not. That did not happen. First of all, it's cold because it's a basement and it's winter. Second of all, if I just like have the thought to want to stretch, but I'm all the way upstairs, I'm not going to go all the way downstairs to do that. That's not me. So what I did yesterday, because I was kind of at my whim's end, like my body was crying basically to me. Like I knew something was off. There was such a disconnect and it was just crying out like, Grace, you need to focus on me, listen to what I need. Like I was at that point where it was like, I know that I'm ignoring a very important player in my life, which is my body. So I need to step back and really think about that. So I moved all my stuff upstairs into our room. This chair that I'm sitting on right now used to be in our bedroom. And now we have this space that doesn't have a chair. So I have this little like woven basket thing. So I put everything in there. I put my yoga mat, my yoga blocks, my straps, all that stuff I put in there. I put it in our room and it looks nice. Like it doesn't look cluttered. Like I can't deal with clutter. So that looks good. And then I brought in my diffuser, put it on my bedside table, and it has like nice mood lighting and then also obviously diffuses oils. I brought in my giant jug of water, filled it up. I filled up our humidifier. We have a humidifier in our room that I always forget to use, but I filled it up and I just made this like zen area and I like called it the no phone zone. I remember Trevor walked in after and he was like, "Oh, you brought this upstairs." And then he sat on the bed on his phone. I was like, "This is a no phone zone." And I just sat for 10 minutes with my diffuser going, knowing that all this was accessible to me, and just sat like connecting everything in my mind, like almost meditating, but I wasn't like, I was just sitting, like thinking, laying. And my whole body went from like screaming to me to just like melting into a puddle. Like that was the issue and that is the issue and it's not fixed, but like I have figured out what the issue is. And so now I need to know that it's not all or nothing and that everything is accessible to me. So when I feel that way, I can just like, even if I'm just watching shows at night and I just start feeling like, oh, my body like needs a stretch, I can just literally roll off bed, put out my mat and start stretching. And it's just like that easy. And I know that I'm going to use it 100 times more. Even this morning, we woke up and I just felt like my back, like I just felt off a bit. And Ro came in and we rolled out our mat and like started doing our stretching. And like probably I spent less than 10 minutes. And that just like exponentially made my day better and made my mind clearer. Like it was day and night. So just knowing that it's not about, for me, it's important that I take off the pressure that it's not like I need to do this every day at this time or I need to do or setting a schedule, like no schedule. Just know that like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there is going to make a big difference. And actually acting on when I hear that like, oh, my back hurts or oh, this or oh, that. This is like, I'm kind of going on like a tangent about working out, or not working out, but like body movement, because for me, that's what it is. But like, I know for you, it might not be that, but think about it for something else. Like another thing for me that's really big and that I've been putting off and I haven't been doing enough of is eating because I'm someone who needs like to eat constantly pretty much. And last week Trevor went grocery shop. I told you that last week we went in, or the week before we went into a week with no groceries. And then last week Trevor went grocery shopping, but like I just felt so off all week that like I couldn't, I don't know, we weren't making good meals. Like they were missing things. They weren't complete. Like it was like we'd have protein, but no vegetables, or we'd have grains and vegetables, but no, I don't know. We were just like, our meals weren't complete and I could feel it. Like I was hungry and I needed complete snacks. I needed complete meals. Like I needed all of the food groups or all of the nutrients, and I just wasn't getting them. So that's something I'm going to focus like on a lot this week, is just making sure that I'm having complete snacks and complete meals, because I cannot operate if I'm hungry, and I am hungry if I don't have carbs, protein, and fat all together. Like that's just, I have to have all three for me to feel satiated and fueled. So this again was a lot on my body, and I guess that was like the big thing for me, was I realized that I forgot about her. Like I was like, who's this thing attached to me, or what's this thing attached to me, and I just forgot about her. So this week I learned I'm an all or nothing girly, and I need to realize that I don't have to be the best at everything that I'm doing at all times. I don't need to be the best mom. I don't need to be the best employee. I don't need to be the best taker care of myself. I don't need to be the best wife, but I need to give to all of those areas in my life without taking away from another. So the only way that I can do that is by doing a little bit here or there and taking off the pressure of feeling like I have to be the best, because I don't need to be the best. There's always going to be someone that's better than you at everything. And the only way that I can actually be the best version of those things is by taking the pressure off, because I know that I am an amazing mom, and I know that I am a wonderful wife, and I know that I am a great employee, and I know that I do love myself and I do love my body. But when I feel like I have to be the best at it, I'm the worst at all of those things. So, yeah, I hope that made sense. I feel like all of these are just me going off on a tangent at the end of the day. And I mean, ultimately, that's what this is. It's a spoken journal. And I'd love to hear, what are things that you feel you're not giving enough attention to, or that you feel that you could be doing better at if you removed the pressure. I feel like at the end of the day, it's always pressure, and we always put so much pressure on ourselves. We need to move away from that and realize that like we're all just out here trying to do the best that we can for ourselves, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or what anyone else feels, because within us we feel what's right and wrong. Like I truly do. I mean, my body was literally screaming to me this week that I needed to focus on myself and focus on her, and stop throwing myself to the wolves and stop putting other people first. I feel like that's like a common thread in these episodes, is that I'm learning what it means to put others first, and how easy it is, and how I am actually forgetting about myself like in every moment of my life. And why do I always feel like I can just like I don't I have to stop being a people pleaser, because I'm so easily, I need to be a grace pleaser. Like I need to make myself happy, because the only way I can really feed everyone else is by feeding me. Yeah. So I hope that you guys have all learned, you people have all learned something wonderful this week. I can't wait to hear on Instagram. I always put up a little sticker before. So I look forward to reading those all. But let's move on into my roses and thorns. I'm sorry if singing is annoying. Okay, everyone. Roses, thuds. Are you actually serious? I just said thuds. Roses, thorns, and buds. I'm not going to lie. Like, I actually just sat for probably 30 seconds trying to think of a rose, which is like so unlike me. I feel like I can always find at least a rose. I didn't want to say the same thing as always, which would be like hanging out with Rosie. I don't know. Anything rosy is always a rose, but that wasn't meant to be like a dad joke. What it kind of sounded like one. I don't know what. I'm like racking my brain for like a specific moment this past week where I was so happy, and like it's really hard right now, which is kind of making me sad. Okay, let's start with my thorn. My thorn was that I had a really hard night the other night, and I kind of just like was stuck in this really bad place, and I felt really, I don't even know what I was feeling, but it was sadness, and I felt like I let myself down, and it like all came boiling over, and I just like, when you like just feel so icky inside, like it's just like this like overwhelming bad feeling, and then you get stuck in it, and like nothing can really get you out of it except for time and like physically shutting it, like crying it out and like talking about it and just like putting it out there. Yeah, so I was kind of stuck in this moment, and ultimately I eventually put on a show. I didn't even want to, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like I didn't want to, but I did. I put on a show, and then I read my book for a bit, and I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning with I woke up that morning definitely with like a headache of just like giving, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you just like feel all your feelings, and it's just like this like, I don't know, thud on you. So I definitely woke up with a headache, like I had um overexerted myself in one way or another, this way shutting my emotions, but I'm feeling much better, so all's good on that end. But that was definitely my thorn. And then um my rose, why can't I think of a rose? Like, I don't even remember this week. It's kind of all a blur. I didn't. Oh, I finished. Oh, I guess I should leave that for my entertainment recap. But anyways, I'm going to say it. I finished Love Island, and I got to look everyone up on social media, which I mean was kind of a thorn because a lot of them aren't together. But um, it was a bud, like, it was a rose to get to finish it because I felt like a little stressed out because I was like falling behind on other things that I like to watch, and I just couldn't not watch it. You all know that. But anyways, I finished Love Island. So that was my rose, and I've now been able to start other things. So that's been good. And then my bud is, I'm just really looking forward to giving myself so much grace this week and just being so patient and understanding, and really just knowing that like 10 minutes here or there of doing something is better than hours of feeling overwhelmed and on something, like, just, and then not completing anything. So my new philosophy going into this week is that as long as I can like take 10 minutes, like I'm not forcing myself to do that, but like as long as I have the mindset that like a few minutes focusing on something that needs to be focused on is better than nothing, like that will be a beautiful thing. And I think next week I'm going to come back with a clearer mindset after that. We'll see. I'm going to put it to the test, people. I'm going to put it to the test. But yeah, so that's my butt, is just giving myself grace this week, and this new found connection with my body, and just knowing that as long as I am doing a few minutes here or there, things will get done and I will be a good person. Okay, that's my roses, thorns, and buds. Now on to entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. I feel like that changes every time. Don't worry, I will figure out a song if that's no good. But you haven't left me any negative feedback on that yet, so it's staying for now. As I said, I finished Love Island, which was so good. Oh my gosh, at the very end, like, so I think they spend 2 months in the villa, and then at the very end, they have their families come and visit them, and then the families meet the their like partner's family and the partner themselves. And I just like sobbed that entire episode. It is so sweet. And it just reminds me of like summer camp. Like basically what the villa, I just put this together, but basically what the villa is like a summer camp, because they're in there for 2 months of the summer and they have all these romances, and like that is summer camp. But anyways, I yeah, so I feel like I was even more sentimental to it because I'm a summer camp girly, and I met my husband at summer camp, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, like it was so cute. And then I was excited. I forgot that they do an after. I was gonna call it after the final rose, but like it's like that from The Bachelor, but it's like after the finale. I don't know, the reunion. I think it's Love Island reunion. I forgot that they do that, and so like it's fun to hear any hashed out drama, but yeah, it was good. I looked up everyone on social after, and the couple who like stayed consistent the entire time are still together, and I think it's like 2 years later. So I'm happy for them, and that's fun. The couple that won, which I was kind of surprised that they won, I think there was like drama with them directly after. So yeah, it was just fun to fill myself in on those details. But I'm happy that I've put that aside, although I've been recommended to watch season 4 now. I'm not going to start yet because I need to not feel like I have to watch it, and I need to watch, or there's other things that I want to watch. So I will start it, but just not quite yet. I caught up on all the new Sex in the City and Just Like That. And I really like the past 2 episodes, like the most recent episodes, especially the most recent one. I thought they were really good. I've been enjoying it. I feel like Carrie was definitely a Carrie in the most recent episode, or at least in one of the two. In the fact that like she can be a little annoying sometimes. But I mean, she has to stay true to who her character is. Other than that, I haven't tried to watch The Bachelor again. Maybe I'll try today. I still need to get through the first half or the second half of the first episode and then watch the second episode, which I believe Hilary Duff is in, because How I Met Your Dad, is that what it's called? The spinoff of How I Met Your Mother actually starts this week. So that's exciting. I'll watch that because How I Met Your Mom was like me and Trevor's show when we were long distance. We would always watch it together. So like that was the hardest thing ever because we couldn't watch it apart from each other. So when we saw each other, we would always watch it all together. Anyways, but I will watch that one. And I loved Younger, which was a recent Hilary Duff show. So I hope I'll enjoy it. And I know that there was supposed to be a Lizzie McGuire reboot, but then Hillary was like, I'm not going to do it because I think it was supposed to be with Disney, but Disney wanted to keep it like very family friendly. And Hillary was kind of like, but this is about Lizzie being in her 30s. Like it's not necessarily going to be family friendly. So she wanted to take it to maybe Hulu, I think. Anyways, long story short was Disney didn't want to sell it. And so then Hillary was like, I don't really want to make another kid show about this. Like it kind of doesn't make sense. That wasn't what she hoped for it. And I agree. Like I was a Lizzie McGuire stan. And so I would really want to see where Lizzie is now and not like the same Lizzie, just older, if you know what I mean. But yeah, other than that, I haven't been on Netflix. I think Too Hot to Handle comes out soon, which is always a fun one. And yeah, I don't know. Summer House starts soon. I think it starts this week, which is amazing. I love Summer House. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a fun one. And basically all I watch is reality TV. We all know this. What can I do? And I'm reading a new book I just started. It's mystery. I honestly don't even know what it's called. That's the issue with reading on a Kobo, is you never know what the things are. I'm trying to look it up right now on my phone so that I can let you know. Everyone, it's a thriller, actually. I don't know why I said a mystery, but maybe there's mystery in it. I just started it. But everyone, I put a poll up saying, should I watch this or that, or should I read this or this? And everyone said, well, actually, it was pretty in the middle. Okay, I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. It was pretty in the middle. It was actually 60% for the thriller and 40% for the memoir. So I'm reading Every Last Secret by A.R. Torre. And then next I'll read Know My Name, which is a memoir, which apparently is beautifully written, but also extremely frustrating and heartbreaking and everything in between. So either of them, like I don't normally want to read a thriller before bed, but either of them were going to not be like putting me in a good bed state. So I was like, whatever, I'll read either. But yeah, so that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm watching. If you want to know what I'm listening, listen to my Sunday resets, and they have curated playlists attached to them. So even if you don't want to listen to the Sunday reset part, you can listen to the playlist. But the Sunday reset is only under 5 minutes. It's pretty short, and it's a little motivational tidbit. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you all have an amazing week. I hope that the sun is shining this week, and I hope that it's not too cold, or if it's cold, there's snow. There needs to be snow to warm the earth. It can't just be like cold, brutal wind and gray. That's no good. I hope that you all take a second this week to just think about if there's something disconnecting in your life, and if you personally feel like you need to be all or nothing, because at the end of the day, we don't need to be all or nothing. We can just live and we can participate and not put so much pressure on ourselves. You can follow us on social media. Everything is tagged down below on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's all at 5 Years Time Podcast. You can reach out to us via email if you have any inquiries. And we also have our rate survey, which is tagged down below. And it's under the tag, how's my driving? Because like, have you ever been behind like trucks and cars? And it's like, how's my driving? Call this. So how's my podcasting? Review me. Anyways, thank you so much for the listens. Thank you so much for the love. I look forward to coming back to you next week and on Sunday for our Sunday reset. Wishing you an amazing week ahead. Mwah! Bye, everyone.